options. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Welcome. Welcome. How you guys doing?
Hi everyone, this is KCTV5 Samantha Boring. We are taking a live look currently over in Gladstone of some breaking news we've been following for about an hour now. This is off of Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street. We're going to be providing you with an update on this breaking news that we have been following, like I said, for the last hour out of Gladstone. Currently, the Kansas City Fire Department is on scene, as well as Gladstone Police. So let's take a live look once again back at the scene. We do have a crew there right now. You can see the smoke still smoldering from that home. Seeing some of the videos so far, there are some walls still up on that home. It appears to be an apparent house explosion, and that's what we're told from what we are seeing so far from police.
Home explosion in Missouri, I believe, right? Missouri. Gladstone.
So around 11:20 this morning, residents of that Gladstone neighborhood near Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street heard a large explosion. We've seen many comments online and people talking about the massive smoke in the air that they could see from just a few miles away. But of course, up close, seeing this fire still there smoldering at this home. Now, what we do know is Gladstone Police Department and KCFD are still on scene. It's still too early to tell if there are any injuries or fatalities. Gladstone Police did tell us that some of the homes nearby did have damage as well from this explosion. Something we also want to point out in this situation is Evergy, their outage map is showing about 87 customers nearby.
Damn, really?
Are currently without power. We need to pull that back up and see if that's still accurate at this time. But just the capability of these explosions can really do so much to a neighborhood. We just saw this recently within the last month or two over in Lexington, Missouri, a similar house explosion. And that one rocked that neighborhood as well.
Yeah, so what's going on here? What caused it? Remember there was that explosion in Cali one time.
On my computer, it looks like 76 customers are still affected by that explosion. It says the cause is unidentified, but a crew has been assigned to that situation.
Damn, that whole place.
Taking a look at some of the photos, we can just see so much rubble all over this house from this house. We even saw in one of the pictures that there's just rubble all over a car. And as fire crews continue to respond to this area. Now, this Gladstone ambulance that you can see there on your screen on the right side, that's in that blue, it actually just pulled up, and we did see them go over with a stretcher, but we have not seen anything so far. But really, they're just trying to get that fire completely out. Unfortunately, in these kinds of situations, it can take crews quite some time to get it completely out. As
how do you survive that if you're inside?
Being a home and a lot of stuff, it catches easily, of course, and then trying to make sure that no one's inside as well.
Bro, I just got up from a nap. I was up all night. Well, not all night. I was up at 4 a.m. Maddie, her mother took her to the hospital because of the fever thing. So I got up and.
Now, looking around at some of the other people that we've talked to, we have crews that have been in that neighborhood, people who have talked to us that live in that neighborhood currently. Some say they heard a loud boom when this happened earlier this morning or late or early this afternoon. And then some people could also see not only smoke, but debris flying up from this explosion. Now, again, this is off Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main. Crews still on scene. It's most likely going to be some time. Unfortunately, with these situations, it can take fire crews as well as investigators days to try and figure out what exactly happened.
Fentanyl
but
lab?
we're going to continue
THC
following this
extraction
story,
lab?
bringing you the latest updates. Of course, we have that right now on
Really?
our
They
stream,
have
but
that?
also
THC
right now on
extraction labs?
KCTV5.com. Of the latest information we have, really, it's minimal information because it's so early in this investigation and in this situation, but we're going to continue following it as much as we can this afternoon and bring you what we know.
Been mostly a quiet Saturday for me, man. Mostly quiet, chill. I was out gardening this morning after. Yeah, she got some type of, I don't know what she has, she had a sore throat. They tested her for COVID and strep throat. Both
All
came
right,
negative.
so taking a look at some of the comments here on our Facebook live stream, someone asked, was anybody home? Now, we did ask Gladstone
That's a good
Police. Let me
question.
make sure I have this information correct. From Gladstone Police, they said that they do not know if anyone was home, and their main priority right now is trying to get this fire out. But of course, we do see them looking in that rubble while they're putting this fire out with all of their crews out there. But it can take a lot of time to get through all of that with how much there is. You can see even in that power line, some of that, I don't even know what that is, but it looks like some siding possibly from the housing from the house that's just hanging off of that power line.
Jeez.
Looks like someone also said it was dropping ash on North Oak. We did hear that from some other people, that there was debris flying in the air. You can see obviously it being in that power line there, as well as throughout the yard and on the car that's over there. A lot of people there watching by, just wondering what exactly will come from this.
That's wild, dude. Yeah, I can imagine just...
Now again, this is off of North 74th Terrace and North Main Street. Now, we did do some research when it came to the 811 calls. Now, we don't know if this is fully related to a dig or anything like that. It's too early to tell, but we do know that there was a call made about this explosion around, let me make sure I have the time right, 12 this afternoon, 12:12. They did call in and for that to 811 and we did see 811 crews are on scene. They're usually a vital piece when it comes to digging in an area that has gas lines. It's someone we've talked to when there have been prior house explosions. But it does look like they're on the scene helping address the situation, doing what they can.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the Clips channel as well. I'm posting stuff there when I have chances, different stories, sometimes clips that you might have missed. Have a chance, check out the Clips channel. So, I ran into this other weird story. I'll post that later.
Let me take a look at some of the other witness reports from one of the comments. Now, I know we did interview some witnesses, but I am not able to put that on the screen here since that's just here on my laptop from one of our crew members who actually just lives nearby there. But from what we got earlier this afternoon, some people are just sharing that they heard that loud boom. They saw the debris in the air. They see the smoke from quite far away and seeing it throughout town. It's just making a huge black cloud within the air. Really, a lot of people just wanting to know what exactly happened. And like I said earlier, that's unfortunately something that just takes some time. Now, what we're also learning is the Gladstone city manager says they haven't had any reports of serious injuries, but that is a preliminary investigation. And of course, they're still going through the actual house, so it's going to take some time before they find that out. He did say the ATF will be involved in this investigation, and it looks like we're going to be getting a press release here in a little bit. We have seen the ATF involved in some of these house explosions before. Let me pull that information up. So the ATF, for those who don't know, is the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives through the government. They recently were on scene for the explosion over in Lexington,
gives back
Missouri.
Let's see, there's a witness account too. Let's see if I can pull this up.
Now, in that that house explosion, that was confirmed to be a gas explosion from what we learned. And that one did unfortunately take the life of a little boy.
Oh, wow. That's a different incident.
But they are still in the early investigation as well in that situation. And I believe, let me find this.
Leveling
OSHA was
the
also
whole
investigating
house.
that, but that was having to do with the contractors that were on scene. That's another big piece to this story, and what we're going to try and find out today is, was someone digging in the area? Could it have been something else? That is usually the biggest concern, is making sure the other homes are also safe, and that's usually why 811 is called out. That's why OSHA was on scene for the Lexington one. They had to investigate some companies that were involved in a gas main line that was hit in that situation. But now in this situation, we still are not for sure what exactly happened this afternoon when the call came in around 11:20. But hopefully we'll begin to learn more once we get that press release here in a little bit.
Man, no, I gotta stay away from that gas shit. I know it's amazing cooking with gas, right? My aunt has gas. And then when you lose electricity, when there's a hurricane, there's no power. Oh, man. Gas is nice. But I'm too paranoid for this shit. I can't, man. Boom. Go to start up the computer in the morning for a stream, and then boom, just the whole shit light. The whole fucking place goes up. Nah, man. I can't, bro. Oh, man. A little static charge, or maybe I'm just walking by the computer or something,
I
or
haven't
whatever.
mentioned so far. This is, like I said, it's near Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street. There are some roads that are blocked off, as it makes it easier for crews to get in and out with this situation. So if you do live in that area, it's in the Gladstone area. It is something you'll want to be aware of if you are heading home or know some people in the area. It's just something to be cautious of when getting in and out of your home, because crews are most likely going to be on scene most of the day, if not into the night. These situations can take quite some time to get cleaned up as well as get completely out. So we will be following that for a while.
Who has gas in here? Who has gas right now, side-eye and watching the stream and shit, checking their gas for you in the house? You have natural gas, Kid Carry? Is there some type of can't you have an alarm or something, or some type of a system to detect it? Like I'd have to be the furthest room away from the gas tank in the house if we had a gas tank.
Just taking a look at some of the photos, just really shocking photos here. You can just see the photos that we got sent into our newsroom from one of our coworkers that we actually do have on our website right now with this story. Just some siding melting off of that home, and just wood and all sorts of home materials as well as belongings, and falling onto this car that was right there and just scattered throughout this yard.
Was this in
Just
Iraq?
a devastating scene that we're seeing here out of Gladstone this afternoon. And really that plume of smoke just filling the air throughout town. People could see it from all sorts of shopping centers, streets. It was seen from quite far away. For those of us just joining us now, we are following the latest. It's breaking news out of Gladstone, Missouri this afternoon off of Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street. We have talked with Gladstone police briefly. It's going to take them a while to really give us more answers, but what they told us so far, this was a home explosion around 11:20 this morning. They do not know if anyone was home. They are trying to get the fire out actively, as you can see from our live picture with our team that's on scene right now. We do know a few homes in the area were damaged due to this explosion, and that's something we have seen in other explosions that have happened throughout our coverage area. When these blasts happen and they're just so abrupt, they can really knock out windows. They can cause siding to come off if it's loose. We've even seen roof shingles fall off the top of people's roofs from just the impact that these explosions can really bring. Now you can see just what an impact this was from our live shot there. There is just a piece of debris hanging off the power line. And we do know that Evergy customers are still affected in this area. It's still looking like 76 customers are without power currently. Evergy still has that cause as unidentified. Here we are getting a closer look of that home.
Look at
Just
that. The thing
barely
is
any
gone.
walls
Fried.
still up. The window's gone. You can see the squares that are there, but square and rectangle that are there, but really not much left of this home. Just a really, really tragic situation. The crews on scene include KCFD, Gladstone Fire, Gladstone Police, and Missouri 811. For those of you who do not know what Missouri 811 is, it's actually a nonprofit that works whenever there is digging. So if you get fiber in your neighborhood, if you get other new lines put in your neighborhood, you're always supposed to call Missouri 811 before you dig. If you want to put something in your yard and dig, you should call them first. Now, when this explosion happened, there was a call made to Missouri 811. We were looking through their ticketing system. It does say in there that call came in around 12:12, so just about a little over a half an hour after this call came in from police. And it looks like it was an emergency ticket, so that is why 811 is there on the scene currently. Now, what they just said in that ticket, and all we really know from that, is that there was an explosion at this address. They needed to be checked out. Usually in these situations, they want to make sure that there wasn't anything that was hit, because we've seen in the past with explosions, gas lines be hit, and that's what can cause, unfortunately, these situations. And that is the really unfortunate thing a lot of people are sharing right now with us, hoping no one was home. We do not know that as a fact right now. We do not know if they were or were not. We don't know how many people lived there. That's something we're still trying to determine. And that's something these crews are still trying to determine on scene. You can just see the water spraying over that smoldering smoke. And it's going to take them some time to either find if anyone was in there or determine possibly if they weren't. And just really difficult for this neighborhood too. We could see so many people watching from the side, just wanting to see more. What exactly happened here? Now, some new information we got to our newsroom about 10 minutes ago. The Gladstone city manager has told us that they have not had any reports of serious injuries, but that is very early in this investigation, in this incident. He did say that the ATF is going to be involved in this investigation, which is a common practice in explosions for homes.
Say the ATF.
And they are hopefully going to be releasing a press release here in a bit. We don't know exactly how soon, but we're hoping that can give us some more information that we can share with you all.
Trying to see if I can find this incident here.
This street, we just got a question into this. This was off of Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street in Gladstone, Missouri. Residents and people within the neighborhood, as well as people further from the neighborhood, said they heard a large explosion. Smoke is still seen from the home. We can see that here in our live picture. They're still trying to put that out. And something I mentioned earlier, it can take crews a few hours, if not longer than that, to put out these fires, because when a house explodes, there's so much in there it's not just a house. It's got your belongings. It's got things that you care about.
Your drugs, your alcohol, liquor.
Stay on fire for quite some time, sadly.
Maybe sometimes it has shit you don't want to be found again or disappear. It's doing you a favor. Or maybe somebody set it up. You never know. You never know, man. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon.
That is the biggest priority right now, is putting this fire out for KCFD as well as Gladstone Fire. And you can see those crews are out there. We just saw some water there spraying on the home. But want to make sure it's fully out. And we still know that Evergy is still evaluating. It looks like their estimated restoration for that power, it just says they're evaluating the situation. So we don't really have a determination for people who are without power in this area of when that will come back on. and that could be some time.
For what I'm looking at now, because I'm looking at the map right now. Let me mute the lady for a minute. The map for the outages says 109 customers are out in that area. Is this the house right here? Oh, total customers out 109, active outages 11. This is Kansas City, Missouri. Looks like that area. So no word on what caused the explosion. No word on if there's any deaths. Let me see what we know so far. The Gladstone Fire Department and other crews are beginning to investigate a devastating home explosion Saturday morning. Firefighters responded just after 11 a.m. to the Northeast 74th Terrace in North Main Street after multiple calls from residents about an explosion. One home was completely destroyed and others nearby were damaged. No injuries yet reported. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. I don't let me read the rest. Let's see if I can get the rest of this article. By the way, if you didn't see it, I posted an update last night to that to the guy that shot 2 police officers. I posted a short video. They're saying supposedly this guy shot and killed himself in an apartment Friday night. Let's see what she's saying.
This information on this just awful situation, really such a tragedy here in Gladstone. What we're seeing from this live video, from the pictures we're seeing, from the
I see her with the microphone, the road mic. I see you.
It's not going to be easy for this community to come back. I mean, this is just devastating what we're seeing. A population of about 27,000 over in Gladstone. Just really thinking of them right now. So let's go back to this live picture here in Gladstone. We do have a crew on scene. We're going to have more crews on scene later into the day. This is off of Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street. So here's what we know. Around 11:20 this morning, residents of the neighborhood heard a large explosion. This wasn't just residents. Other people driving by, they also said that they heard it as well. Now, KCFD and Gladstone Fire are on scene trying to put this fire out. They say that's the biggest priority right now, is just to get it to stop smoldering. I mean, that smoke, that's going to take some time for these crews to get that put out. There's currently no word on injuries or fatalities. Gladstone Police says it's just, they're not able to confirm that right now. It's really too early in this situation for us to know what exactly is going on within that home. We do know that a few houses nearby were damaged due to this explosion. That's unfortunately something very common with these because the impact can be so large. We do not know if anyone was inside of this home as well. We're still waiting to learn if there were injuries, if they were home, how many people lived there. That's something that we do not have confirmed from any of the authorities. Now, another big piece to this, there is an Evergy outage in this area for 76 customers that started at about 11:14 this morning. Looks like our fire crews are going a little closer into this home right now. We haven't seen them that close to the rubble so far. Let's take a look here and see what they're doing.
I remember in Cali, it wouldn't even get really near it. Could possibly just be
trying to move the rubble to try and put this fire out. We don't obviously know since I'm not there physically, but our crew is there seeing what's exactly happening. But it's a lot of debris to go through for these crews and trying to get that fire out. And of course, things can burn so easily. It's not easy for them. Some new information that we just recently got. Oh, it looks like they're actually bringing in the fire hose, just trying to probably reach it into a further part of this home, since we have been seeing it smolder this entire time we've been on the air here with you all. Some new information I just wanted to mention that we got in about almost 30 minutes ago from the Gladstone city manager. Ryan Hennessy has been speaking with him. Now, they have not had any reports of serious injuries. He said the ATF will be involved in this investigation. That is something very common when we see these kinds of house explosions.
ATF, I'm like, oh,
explosions in general, they are a government entity that usually looks into alcohol, tobacco, explosives, firearms, all those things. That's really their realm, and so they are going to be most likely involved in this investigation. I'm sure we will see the fire marshal involved, and it looks like the city manager said that they are going to be releasing a press release. Now, there's also some questions on here about digging. Were they digging in the area? That's another thing we also need to confirm. But what we do know is Missouri 811, call before you dig. If you haven't heard of it, it's something that is, they're actually a nonprofit within the state, and they are the ones that are the standardized call that you call whenever you want to dig, say put a tree in your yard, or if there's people laying fiber in your yard, any of those situations, they are going to be the ones that you call. They are on scene as well. We do know that around 12:12 this afternoon, they were called for an emergency call for this house explosion. It doesn't say exactly what happened. That's all the ticket information is giving us, but we do know that they are on scene.
The neighborhood, yeah. I think
all right, we're going to wrap this up here, but we're going to leave this live picture up for you all for just a little bit as we continue to try and learn more information. But make sure to stay tuned with us both on air as well as online on our website. We're going to have the most up-to-date information through our website, kctv5.com. Our digital team, Zoe, is working very hard on making sure we have the most accurate information for you all.
In the neighborhood, northwest or northeast. Let's see what the address is here. Northeast 74th Terrace. Oh.
It's Saturday, May 31st.
Hello, buddy. This is the neighborhood here. The lady say here Northeast 74th Terrace and North Main Street. I have no idea which house was blown up. I think it looks like it's just completely flattened. See this picture. There was another picture too that I had. Wow. I think it's just rubble. Rubble, nothing left. Oh, the pastor's on right now. Pastor Huckleberry. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So if we get some type of update on that, I will keep you guys posted. A couple of stories. I mean, I've been kind of waiting. There's the story with that cop in Arkansas that got away. He is still on the loose. There's been a couple of videos and experts and people have given. Oh, I'm not even going to say what. I have an idea. I don't know, later today or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, because we'll see. I have something with that we could watch that might be interesting. I don't know. So maybe we could do that. The Ohio cop shooter was caught, and he was in critical condition. He shot himself. It's interesting. I really wonder if it was self-inflicted or they just took care of the job, because he shot at two cops, almost killed them. One cop was in critical condition. And then Waston, that's the address. Oh, thank you. I'll take a look at that. Thank you, TY Sticks. They caught the Little Boat River shooting. Okay, Little Boat River shooting. It was multiple suspects. Little River boat shooting victim reacts to one man in custody. So one person. This is at South Carolina, I believe. Is it South Carolina? Yeah, South Carolina. Them good old boys. Not really good old boys, but you guys remember that? We covered that over the holidays. Mass shooting out there. He was found in Lake County, Illinois. Let's take a look at this. So the shooting victim reacts. One person arrested. He's saying there was multiple people arrested. I mean, multiple shooters.
Buckle up.
to the other one. He says multiple shooters. Let's see.
ABC 15's Gianna Forbes got to speak with the victim today after he found out a suspect is in custody. She joins us live in studio. So Gianna, what did he have to say?
Connor, Jen, Jeremy Evans is happy to be home, but also happy to be alive after an Horry County Police Facebook post last night announced an arrest.
We're just remaining hopeful, and we're remaining, like I said, we all have to be together. We have to stick together through the situation.
Remaining hopeful as police remain diligent on finding everyone involved in the mass shooting on a party boat in Little River on Memorial Day weekend. Many sleepless nights for Jeremy Evans, one of 10 shot Sunday night after a boat carrying 124 people docked in Little River. Now finally getting rest after seeing one suspect in custody. An Horry County Police Facebook post shared that 19-year-old Shawan Shamarian Williams is in custody in Lake County, Illinois, and will be extradited back to Horry County in connection with that shooting. I asked Evans what it was like to hear there had been an arrest.
It was multiple suspects. I am happy that law enforcement has made an effort to apprehend these criminals and these suspects who have traumatized us in this situation. But we also do know that there is more justice to receive, and there are more suspects that are to be apprehended.
He's happy but not satisfied until he says police can find what he claims to be multiple people involved. And police haven't ruled out other suspects either, sharing in the post that, quote, other individuals could be charged as the investigation continues. Evans says it all comes back to being alive.
I mean, we are far from being at peace, but we have been able to, at least return home and be in the comfort of our homes, and thank God that we're still here today.
Now, Evans says he doesn't know who organized the boat party. He just knows it was welcome to everyone. All you had to do that Sunday was pay a ticket on an event website to get onto that boat. Live in studio, Gianna.
Damn, so that's the update to that mass shooting. I guess 10 people were shot. They arrested one person. So this person's happy, but one of the victims, but he's also like, there was multiple people. Cops are like, yes, we did it. We got him. Maybe cops are satisfied with it. Maybe they just want somebody to go down. I don't know. We'll see if they follow up and get all the suspects that are involved, or they just call it at that and say, we're good. Thanks. I just saw something too. What's this? Oh, okay, no. White House. Damn. Gun-toting Florida Uber driver. This Uber shit is crazy, man. Uber is just a lot of loose people driving. Of course, there's a lot of
new details now
people,
as the FAA investigates another close call between two commercial airliners. This one happened at San Francisco International Airport when the jets, with a combined 150 people on board.
Oh, wait. I got the wrong thing. I thought that said, I must have... What was that at? Let's see. There was this crazy story with some lady too. Hold on. Let's check out this lady one because my mother had told me about this. I never even got to check it out. This lady that pulled a gun on somebody.
Get out of my vehicle!
Shocking moments in the backseat of this Uber just outside Miami, Florida.
She doesn't want to get out of.
Oh shit.
Her car.
Get out of my vehicle right now!
She got them crazy eyes.
Get out!
Oh, and then she pulled it. She pulled out the gun, bro. You can't do that. Oh my gosh.
The driver pointing a gun at passenger Chrissy Celeste, an up-and-coming Miami rapper, and a second female passenger.
You're gonna go viral.
Before driving off, the rear door still open. The video posted by Celeste on social media does not show what took place in the moments leading up to the confrontation. It unfolded around 10 p.m. on Tuesday night, according to a lawyer for both passengers.
There was a simple enough dispute that could have been resolved through conversation rather than having a gun pointed at you.
Dominguez did not provide further details on the nature of the dispute. In a statement to NBC News, Celeste saying, "We did nothing to provoke her." An Uber spokesperson telling NBC News, "This is extremely concerning. The safety of the Uber community is a top priority, and we removed the driver's access to the platform."
That lady's pissed. She lost her job.
Dominguez says the passenger.
And she messed with, I guess, a local rapper, Chrissy Sells. Let me see if she's posted anything. My mother told me about this story. I never got to check it out. Let me see. Chrissy Sells. I'm just curious if she said anything about this. Or Celeste. I was about to say, what is Chrissy selling? Chrissy Sells. Chrissy Celeste. Okay. Let's see, Chrissy. You post anything about this? She looks like a model too, maybe. Oh, she didn't even post about this. Okay, all right, Chrissy. She didn't even post about it. It's nothing. Small time for me.
Passengers are in therapy now, still shaken by this experience and some reactions online.
My clients have been receiving a ton of hate on social media, and it has increased their emotional trauma. And I'm just hopeful that at the end, we can secure some justice for them.
So you mean secure the bag?
And hopefully some real change.
Hollywood, Florida police say they are investigating the incident, but have no
Hollywood,
additional
Florida?
information about the.
Yo, look at the eyes though. That is kind of. Ooh. What just said of me? Imagine if she has a boyfriend or a husband.
Driver who has not been publicly identified. And while the police department is looking into this, the attorney we spoke to for the passengers says they believe they know who the driver of that Uber is. At this point, though, they have not filed any complaint, any lawsuit against Uber or the driver. They're still looking into it, though. Tom?
Aaron Gilchrist for us.
Well, maybe she might get off lucky. Local rapper. Extradited. How the hell they extradited? They do extraditions from county to county? Oh, I didn't know they do
Get out
that.
of my vehicle right now.
She got them crazy eyes.
Get out.
Oh.
Get out.
Ooh.
Get out.
A shocking moment.
And she still remained calm. The girl, when she had the gun pointed at her, she's like, "Oop!" She wasn't like, she didn't scream like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "Oh shit,
Caught
get out
on
of here."
camera, that Uber driver pulling out a gun on her passengers in Hollywood. That driver is now behind bars in Broward County.
Local 10
Brian
Syra
Bars.
Onward is live outside the jail in Fort Lauderdale with more on her arrest. Syra.
Yeah, so Alex and Eric, authorities first arrested this woman, that Uber driver you just saw in that video, in Port St. Lucie. She was then brought here to the main jail in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Let's show you that video again of that disturbing incident that happened earlier this month, again in Hollywood. The passenger recording the whole incident on her phone. The driver can be seen arguing with that passenger. Things escalate when the woman tells the rider to get out. She's seen pulling out a gun and pointing it at the woman in the back seat. Jennifer Benitez has since been arrested. We have a few of her mugshots.
Yeah. Benitez. Oh man, the mugshot. Okay.
Here, she was first taken into custody in Port St. Lucie. She's then extradited to Broward
Oh, she was in Port St. Lucie. What, she was trying to get away? She was trying to hide?
County here. Benitez has been charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. She is listed as behind bars this morning in the jail here in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Local 10 reached out to Uber. They responded with this statement saying, quote, "The safety of the Uber community is a top priority, and we removed the driver's access to the platform as soon as this was reported to us." So back out here live, a big question this morning is, will Jennifer Benitez...
So this person, the rapper, she has like a video, music video on her YouTube page, I guess. Back end official music video. Check out my back end. Check out my back end. Check out my back end. Well, so there's some comments, and the comments here kind of, let's see what they're saying. Oh, it's locked. It's exactly the level of trash I'd expect from a Karen who victimizes herself. That was 2 weeks ago. How you going to be a rapper trying to rap about being the street-ish and then run to a lawyer to sue Uber? Oh, did she sue Uber? Why didn't you just get out? It's on site 20 hours ago. Get out the car next time. Downvote every YouTube video. Get out my car! So there's a lot of people who pissed off about this. I don't know why they're so... Was it a clout move? I don't know. Lucky Steffi says, you can't see how poor her music is doing. She recorded that video of harassing that driver for clout. Her clout and her numbers. Never seen so low for someone making music this long. You should have gotten out of the car when the lady asked you to. Damn, they're really going hard on her. I wonder if they released the full video of this. Was there more video, more context? You thought you was going to go viral in a good way when you recorded that Uber driver, huh? God don't like ugly. Enjoy your flip-flop rap career for putting an innocent person in jail. There's a lot of people angry about this shit. What is this, the hood? Hood justice? This lady posted this 13 hours ago. People have the spotlight on her. I hope she makes an account. I would love to donate to her now. She's now out of job. Now you're viral for being a punk. You should start Uber because this rap career of yours isn't working. So they're still going hard on her. This was like 2 weeks ago. I wish we had a little bit more context. That was the last video. She hasn't posted in a long time, though. She posted that 8 months ago. She's not really active on here. Let me see the Instagram. Well, she hasn't really been active on social media. 2 weeks ago, she made this post. Yeah.
Breaking news from overnight.
I'll cover that next. Crazy. All right, well, I guess that's it. One of her passengers. Crazy eyes. Oh shit, yo! They got a article that came out 2 days ago. Even one today. Crazy eyes Uber driver who allegedly pulled a gun on passenger sasses cop during arrest. Okay, let's check this out. Oh shit. The saga continues. So this is the arrest.
Driver!
Oh shit.
Put the window down! Do it now!
Damn, that's how they roll it? Oh, because they know she's
Turn the vehicle off! Do it now! Step out of the vehicle facing away from me!
Bro, honestly, they're probably doing this because they know she's armed. They've identified her probably through the license plate. And they're going off of the report that was given, the video that went viral. She had a gun waved around, so they don't know if what kind of state of mind she's in. But honestly, this could be the future of traffic stops. People are crazy. People are wilding out. A cop pulls people over. Cops are getting shot left and right. You can't respond to these domestic incidents. You can't do these traffic stops. This might be the new type of traffic stop it's going to start happening. You run a stop sign? Okay. For my protection, because if I was a cop, I'd be paranoid as fuck. That's why I couldn't be a cop. For my protection, I'm just going to stay here by my car, scream at you with my gun pointed, wind your window out, put your hands out, and I want to see you slither out of that shit, out of the window. Or you could just open the door, too. That works, too. You could open the door. This is the future of traffic stops now.
Do it now! Face away from me with your hands up! Take a step away from the vehicle to your left. Now walk backwards.
Backwards.
Backwards. Okay. Not face me. Backwards. Hands up. Hands up backwards.
Damn.
All the way back. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Hop on one leg.
Keep
Hop
moving.
on one leg.
Stop. All right, go ahead and get down on your knees.
Guy's not
all
playing.
All right, lay all the way down. Lay all the way down. Hands out. Cross your feet. Stay like that. All right, let's clear it. Let's move up.
What are you guys thinking? Canine police too. They came out fully decked for her.
Yes. You're
That's the lady
Jennifer,
there.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand you have a felony warrant for your arrest? Aggravated assault out of Miami?
I have the right to remain silent.
I'm just letting you know you have a warrant. That's it. I'm not asking you about the case. What do you have on you that could poke my partner?
Inside what? Inside pockets. Inside to my left suit.
Sounds like, I wonder, English, maybe not her first language. They're wondering about the gun they know she carries.
You don't have to undo that. You can go inside. You gonna tell me how I'm gonna do my job?
Oh shit, yo, this is intense. The exchange. Whoa.
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay, you do. You smell like marijuana. Do you have any on your
You
person?
can test me how the right to remain silent.
Okay.
Okay, she knows her rights. So I don't want to talk to you. She don't have to talk to them.
We're 10-15 on the correct subject. She's the only one in the vehicle. Yeah. All right, thank you.
That boys came deep for her though, huh? Wow.
$54, thank you.
Do you have any bobby pins in your hair? No.
Damn, they undid her hair too. Yeah, people have all kinds of stuff in their hair, I guess. They could have stuff in their hair. Yeah, she did her hair bun. I think the hair bun thing, I'm sure she probably was really checking, but I think the hair bun thing from the cop is just to be like, you know what? She's probably thinking you're trying to tell me how to do my job. That's like she said, the cop was a little pissed about that. So she said, you know what? I'm just gonna undo this shit and take it down. But people could have stuff in their hair.
Let's hold on. These are all good to go.
She's handcuffed already, though. I mean, I guess they're
They
just.
gotta be double locked.
All right, go ahead and turn your hands a little bit. Just.
I don't know. It's got to be. I wonder if it's scary dating a cop. That's one thing I haven't done. I don't know if I want to go that path. You know, I think I'm already kind of traumatized, but kind of curious. What if we dating a female cop? Is she crazy and shit? What if you do the wrong thing? What if she gets pissed off? You got to worry about them messing with you, shooting and killing you, or just fucking with your life. You know what I'm saying? You can never really get away. You know?
All right. Is there any personal valuables in the vehicle that you'd like to come with you, like a wallet, phone?
Yes.
What would you like?
My phone and my purse.
Phone and purse?
Also
Is there
my
anything
keys.
like crazy inside
My
the purse? Let's
Crazy
narrow it
inside
down
the
from the
purse.
purse,
No.
like a wallet. Something simpler that's not so big. You have a wallet?
My
inside?
purse, my phone, and my keys.
Okay, all right. Have a seat.
Appreciate it.
So that was kind of interesting. A little more to that story. I haven't seen that. Crazy ass Uber driver who allegedly pulled a gun on passenger sasses. So I don't know what happened. Okay, we that video that we saw was just the end. It looks like I don't know if, you know, what led up to that exchange where the woman pulls out her gun. That's considered brandishing, though. You know, like you gotta be really careful. You can get some serious time for that. I mean, unless she's gonna try to say she felt threatened, you can't just pull out your gun like that just because to try to scare somebody. But I don't know what that conversation was like before. Now, yes, she does have a right. She didn't have to say nothing. Damn, bro. Yo, scrolling down and seeing that picture again on 4K, because I have the 4K monitors on 4K, or anybody that's watching on TV. Holy moly. Damn, bro. I already covered the house explosion. You have to rewind back. We're just chilling for a little bit extra time. House explosion coverage is over. Wow. She remains locked up. There's no way she didn't get out yet. She's locked up still? remains locked up in Broward County Jail, where her bond is set at $7,500. You guys want to bond her out? The arrest took place on May 17, weeks after Miami rapper Chrissy Celeste was allegedly threatened. So she's claiming, okay, she was threatened. Celeste, the real name Crystal O'Mara, was on a late-night Uber ride from Miami to Hollywood when the argument with the woman began. When the argument with the woman police believed to be Benitez started. Wild-Eyed Benitez. Yo, that's her new name. Wild-Eyed Benitez repeatedly orders O'Mara and a second passenger to get out of her car, her SUV, and calls 911 before suddenly pulling out her gun. Shared on Instagram.
Harassing me.
I'm harassing
Get out
you?
of my vehicle right now.
I'm not harassing
Get
you.
out of my vehicle. She doesn't want to get out of my vehicle.
No, she just pulled
Get
a gun.
out of my vehicle. You're no longer in the ride. Get out.
Okay, ma'am, what's the address?
Get out of my vehicle right now.
She got them crazy eyes.
Get out.
Oh,
Get
shit.
out.
Ooh.
Get out of my vehicle.
You got a nice car. I don't know
She
what that
wants
is.
to.
Oh, it's an Expedition.
wants to.
Okay. She rolling in the Expo.
Don't worry, you're gonna go viral. You're going viral.
Oh. She took off. Now I would have just got out of somebody's car. Somebody tell me to get out, I get out. You know, I don't give a shit about your car, but. Oh, man. Flex. Crazy eyes. The two passengers were already getting out of the vehicle when Amara's heard saying that Benitez got them crazy eyes. Maybe that's what set her off, which she believes set the driver off. I made that comment about her eyes. I was just thinking about my son, the mom said, recalling the night. Oh, she got a kid too. It's always in the eyes, man. You can always tell, Chico. Chico, it's in the eyes. You can always tell. The eyes never lie, Chico.
I check his with. She like me.
She like me, man.
She like you. How do you know? I know. The eyes, Chico.
They never lie. I could tell. I thought she liked me, man. She pointed a gun at me and told me to get out. Uber later removed the driver's access to the app. All right. That was interesting. Not bright enough to realize that a needlessly confrontational attitude towards law enforcement caught on video could undercut her eyes be a victim defense strategy. Ooh, I'd pay to see the fight. I'd say the confrontation between her and the rapper was a battle of wits between two unarmed opponents. I don't know, man. Yeah, I guarantee. Oh, so they're not supposed to carry guns? Is that Uber policy? I guarantee a lot of Uber drivers carry guns. There was that, you guys remember that Uber video? It was really sad. This mother was killed. She was driving some guy somewhere, and she, like, the guy just pulls out a gun. I don't know what he starts asking her. She's, like, begs for her life, and then shortly after, he kills her. And she was like, I have kids and all that. And he's like, I have family, too. He's a really disgusting person. This one here, this is sad.
Hi, Fortunea. How are you today?
In 2022, sentenced to life in prison without parole for killing Christina Spicuzza, 38-year-old.
I'm sorry?
Keep driving.
You've got to be joking.
Keep driving.
What are you doing?
This is a gun. Keep driving.
No, it's not. Stop. Come on, man. I got a family. What are you doing?
I got a family too. Now drive.
What are you doing?
Drive.
Please stop.
Drive the car, miss.
Why
Just
are you
drive.
doing
Don't
this?
Don't make this so noticeable. Just drive.
Why?
body was found 2 days later in a wooded area with a single gunshot wound to her head. Just disgusting, man.
Why are you doing this?
Drive the car.
To where?
Complete the trip.
I cannot do that.
Complete the trip.
Why are you doing this?
Complete the trip.
Please.
Complete the trip.
Please
drive.
stop. Please, I'm begging you.
I'm begging
I have
you,
4
drive the
kids.
car.
What are you doing?
Seems like he just wanted to kill somebody. You know? Horrible, man. Horrible, horrible. It's really dangerous out there. Uber job is dangerous too, you know? Whether it's the driver or the passenger, you don't know what you're getting. It's a roll of the dice. Woman accused of killing Uber driver has died. What the? What's up with this?
The attorney for Phoebe Copas, the woman accused of killing her Uber driver, Daniel Piedra Garcia, says the district attorney's office has notified him that she has died within the past 24 hours here in El Paso. As KTSM reported, Copas was on trial for the murder of Piedra Garcia in June of 2023. Copas said she feared he was kidnapping her and taking her to Mexico. Last December, jury selection for Copas's trial was delayed after she collapsed in the courtroom. A new trial date was set for April of this year. We will keep you posted.
That's crazy. So she killed some Uber drivers, said she feared for her life, and then now she dies? Damn. I don't know if you guys heard too, there was this other story. It's kind of weird. I want to hang out for another minute or two or a couple minutes. There's this other one I keep seeing pop up across my feed. This trans person killed this guy. I was always wondering what the altercation was between them. Let me see if I find that other. I know I saved the link here. Oh, I forgot about this other crazy ass story. There's a bunch of stuff that I just haven't been able to do. Been so busy. Oh, there's that one too. Oh my god, we could probably do a stream of just crazy stories. I don't know where this clip is at. I know I saved it, but I just have to look it up. This trans person, transgender who stabbed postal worker to death, she sentenced to 15 years. I think she took a plea deal. And she just, her reaction to the whole thing just didn't give a ish about this guy, about killing. Because I saw a clip where I think it was sentencing. And they asked her, oh, do you want to say anything? I guess after the victim's family spoke, and she just kind of nodded her head and had like a very, just her demeanor was very just like, I don't give a ish. Pure evil transgender woman who fatally stabbed postal worker inside NYC Deli sentenced to 15 years. Disgusting excuse for a human. The knife-wielding transgender woman who viciously stabbed. Is this her here? This might be it right here. Oh yeah, this is the clip.
Okay, man, you want to say something before I pronounce that?
Nothing to say.
No. All right.
Oh
well,
shit.
As the mother of the victim's child says, yes, this is yet another senseless killing, over a trivial misunderstanding. They come before me all too often. However, you did take responsibility early. And yes, proving someone's intent to kill is very difficult to do in these type of cases. So I understand the people's reasoning for making this offer. But it is still promised, and I'm going to honor that promise, a substantial sentence. So on your plea of guilty to manslaughter in the first degree, I sentence you as promised and as recommended by the district attorney to a determinate sentence of 15 years to be followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. The surcharge will be deferred.
To me, it almost looks like a kid that like got in trouble and they're getting their punishment. She just kind of nodding her head and stuff. So the person's name it was a Harlem deli. His name was Ray Hodges. She is 24. Jaya Cruz, 24 years old. Sentenced to 15 years behind bars. USPS worker. And they got into an argument. Was given a sentence after striking a plea deal, infuriating the relatives of Hodges at the Manhattan court. New York justice. This is pure evil. This is disgusting excuse for a human being and allowed a second chance. The mother of Hodges' children, whose name wasn't immediately clear. Wow. What was the argument about? When people like this are allowed to plead bargains, you get broken families. You get us. I'm not happy with 15 years. She raged. Or she was pissed. To all these postal workers, be careful when you're out there working on your route. I wish I could have seen that. I wonder if there's any clip with the mother. Community mourns. I wonder what happened to the guy. Stabbed and killed. I mean, the family. Former post office supervisor breaks into tears as he is. Oh, that's something else. All kinds of crime everywhere. Stabbed to death in Harlem.
What should have been a deli full of customers was instead a crime scene after a deadly stabbing Thursday afternoon. Investigators say it was just after 2:30 p.m. when a United States postal worker was grabbing something to eat at this deli on Lenox Avenue near West 118th Street in Harlem. They say a female customer at the counter got into a dispute with him over who was in line first to order. Police say that's when the woman pulled out a knife and stabbed the 36-year-old in the stomach.
It's scary. The man is doing his job, and just like that, he's gone. Anytime you wake up, anything can happen.
Customers in disbelief as they heard the victim died at Harlem Hospital.
A mother never expects to bury her child.
This was about who was first in line. Wow.
Local activist Dr. Aisha Saku comforted the victim's mother at the hospital.
She's still in a little shock. She just said, I didn't believe that my son would be dead. And I don't think any mother is ready for this.
A heartbreak for this family as they start the new year and a chilling reminder for the community.
And it's just so unfortunate that this is happening in New York City. It's just the safety issues here are a real problem.
Yeah, it's not safe. I mean, I guess a lot of places aren't safe, but especially when this is the kind of justice you're getting out there. And I've seen people like that. You know, you see people, I mean, in certain different places, some of these people think they could just walk in front of everybody else that's been standing there waiting in line, and I guess they feel nobody's going to challenge them. You know, and there's people that say something to them, because I don't know where how these people are raised, you know, to just skip people in front of line. You know, you're standing, you've been waiting, this is the thing, and so you want to say something, because it seems like nobody has told this person in their entire life. Maybe they were raised like that, you know, these parents, people, there's no kind of decency, courtesy, no kind of, you know, I don't know, you know, and these people just cut people in line. Maybe you're at the DMV, maybe you're at a grocery store or a restaurant or a gas station or something, whatever, you know? Wow. So she took a plea deal, got the deal of a lifetime. I wonder if they could even get out earlier. This person can still come out and have their life, and this guy's life is gone, and the families and friends affected. In April, Cruz pleaded to first-degree manslaughter, slaying of the 36-year-old father of two. Wow. Father of two. Just like that, how quick life can go. Wow. Damn, man. Cruz knifed Hodges after he confronted her about cutting him in line, you see? At the counter inside the bodega, later saying that he deserved it. Wow. She says he deserved it, according to prosecutors. At the sentencing Thursday, an attorney for Cruz said Hodges made a slur about her gender identity. Okay, so here we go. They're saying he made some type of remark to her. Still don't give you the right to kill anybody. The lawyer also listed medications that Cruz, who has a history of violence with knives, okay, nut job, there you go, has been taking to maintain her gender and requested that she be placed in female facility. Good luck with that. You ever seen the story too? Like I think it was like a trans in prison with females. A couple of these inmates got pregnant. Wasn't there something like that? Oof. They're gonna have to put that person in solitary confinement. Because look, this was in New Jersey. What do you think is gonna happen, right? Just anatomy, just human. What do you think is gonna happen? These people are locked up, and you put this person in a woman's only prison. What the hell do you think is gonna happen? Trans prisoner who impregnated 2 inmates transferred to men's facility. It was I think a couple of years ago, 2022. What do you think is going to happen when it's all woman inside a facility and somebody comes in there and has a phallus, has a part that does what it does, can impregnate and do whatever. Right? Right? What do you think is going to happen? Wow. After the sentencing, Hodges' furious family began chanting, "It's a boy." Oh, shit. Wow. Wow. After the sentencing, Hodges' furious family began chanting, "It's a boy, effing boy," inside the courtroom as other supporters said, "Justice for Ray," and t-shirts. Ah, man. So sorry for that family. That is crazy. Over something, it really is something so trivial. Something so trivial. It's crazy. It's like if you stepped on somebody's sneaker and they kill you over it, or yeah, you bump into somebody and now they kill you over it. Wow. But he added, proving someone's intent to kill is always difficult, and an apparent explanation for the plea deal. That's New York, man. That's New York justice. They did plea. I understand that. Came less than 3 months after prosecutors indicted her on second-degree murder, which carries a maximum prison sentence of 25 years to life. Wow. I got 1,000 comments under this article. 15 years for a human life. This makes no sense. These judges and prosecutors should be forced to live in the shoes of the family the victim has left behind. With life without parole is better justice. Oh, yeah. A progressive socialist Bragg is running the district attorney's office in Manhattan. They care more about identity politics than you do about justice. What they do about justice. That is sad, man. That's crazy. I kept seeing the story pop up, but all I saw was this. This is the thing I kept seeing. But now I see more of the story to it. That's crazy. This person has a lot of problems with violence. Violent person with a criminal history of or a history of violence with knives. You don't know who you're walking into. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're dealing with. What kind of issues people have. People don't really care about their lives. You may value your life. You have kids, you have family, you have decency, maybe morals, some type of standards. You're looking to live as long as you can live. And there's people out there on a day-to-day basis, they do not care. They have no respect, no regard. If they don't care about themselves, they don't care about themselves. So they're not going to care about anybody else. Knocking up other inmates, right? That's not a good idea to put this person in a female facility. I'm sorry. Or they're going to have to be segregated or something. I don't know, because that's just not going to work. But New York, maybe New York will do that. Who knows? And we'll just have to see what pops up from that, literally. Man, that's frustrating. I can imagine the family just how pissed, yo. Like, just imagine if you lost your family, 15 years a person gets. Crazy. All right, let me see. Is there anything else? I haven't done this in a while. Just kind of hang out for a little bit. I was gonna try to save some of these stories, but honestly, sometimes I'm just so kind of, especially now, I'm kind of like outside of YouTube, just doing all this. Everything's up in the air, so I'm kind of just haven't able to do everything I wanted to do as far as YouTube wise. I think that was it. There was this other kind of whacked out story. Where's it at? I had this Kookamani story that I meant to kind of go over too. We covered the meth crazed Florida man bitten by an alligator, charged at cops with a garden shear and shot dead. We covered that the other day. Florida man, methed out, a history of drugs and violence and everything. This guy, whoa. Oh, I covered this on the second channel. That dog goes wilding onto the crazy dog. Oh, I never got to cover the Secret Service shit. So this is kind of on the funnier side. I don't know if this story is for real. I meant to do this on the Clips channel too. I don't know that this story is real. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. This woman here is claiming that her ex-boyfriend farted in her face. She says she's been suffering with a 7-year sinus infection after her ex-boyfriend faced his cheeks at her and farted in her face while she's recovering from surgery. Christine Connell said doctors found E. coli in her sinuses. I think my boyfriend got the best possible breakup revenge. I don't know if it's possible to catch E. coli like that. I mean, unless he literally had his pants down and like matter flew into her face or something. I don't know.
I realized that I think my ex-boyfriend got the best possible breakup revenge that anyone could ever get. We dated like 7 years ago. I've had a persistent sinus infection ever since he and I stayed in a hotel one night after I had surgery. And he farted terribly. Like, I couldn't breathe. I've never, ever smelled anything that even compares to that. And I got my sinus infection cultured today. I've gotten it like imaged. I've had all of these tests done. Doctors haven't been able to figure it out. And it is E. coli. And usually don't get E. coli in your sinuses because E. coli is from poop. So like, I don't know, how does that get in your sinuses unless you have a boyfriend who farts disgustingly? And
I don't know why she would even post this shit. I'd keep that to myself.
You are forced to inhale it because you are immobile after ankle surgery. Oh my God.
I don't know. I find this one like hard to this has to be the most toxic breakup story. I don't know, man. That was a weird one I came across. Christina exploring on TikTok. The 7-year how do you have a 7-year infection? 7-year what? 7-year sinus infection?
Bill? Embarrassing.
What the hell is this? Christine exploring. Let's see. Has she said anything else? Oh, she made her account private. Or her account's private or something. What happened? Maybe she got a lot of backlash because she has 1.2 million likes, 67K followers. This account is private. What happened, Christine? Damn, bro. Wow. Her account's private. Maybe she got some backlash. Let's see what these people on TikTok were saying. They say anything? No, there's nobody even saying anything about it. That's weird. All right. Anything else? There was another messed up story. I'll see if I can clip some stuff for the Clips channel, but ooh. Oh Lord. Well, I just happened to come across this. Let's see. RJ claimed that he witnessed Suge Knight. RJ claimed that he witnessed Suge Knight sexually assaulting both men and women, and that Suge would insert his sticks of butter into men before. No.
But if you remember, I said asses are being taken. Asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain. I said that on the national news. That shit went viral. And guess what? Niggas thought I was talking about Diddy. That's why I got into it with his sons, because they come press me. I'm like, bro, mind y'all business. Y'all don't even know who I'm talking about. Nigga, I'm talking about Suge, bro. I'm talking about Suge taking niggas, not Diddy. Suge is a big ass raper taker for men, bro. I mean, a real taker. And he can't deny this, bro. We used to go to the store and get that nigga like 25 sticks of like butter, parquet butter, the sticks. He used to take them back and he used to shove them up niggas' ass and fuck them, bro.
Oh my God.
And females. It was crazy, bro. I can't even believe that I said that, but since you trying to darken my name, Suge, and trying to say some gay shit about me when you know I got a lot of gay friends and you know the gay community supports me, so you know, like I'm bulletproof unless my dick been in that hole, and if it was, then I'll be celebrated even more because now I'm like one of the flyest, gayest niggas out, but I can't take that credit. I can't do that, bro. And you trying to throw gay shit on me like it's bad to be gay when you know that my dick's only going in pussy holes, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Oh, man,
but we know what holes you like. Every hole. You was fucking bitches in the ass, niggas in the ass, bitches in the ear, the nose, everything, bro. Like, forget being gay. You was like nose. You was like ear, nigga. I don't know what that's called. Fucking people in the ear? What sexuality is that? And I want y'all to clip this. Suge used to take niggas, right? I used to go upstairs. Like, I don't know if you saw Pulp Fiction, but when Ving Rhames, they tied the nigga up. They had the ball in the nigga mouth. They had him in the chair, and then the nigga came down, right? That's the kind of shit Suge did to niggas. And you know, it's crazy because Suge had this other thing. It's called handlebars. He used to strap it onto the nigga, and then they got the handlebars like you riding on the bike. Think about it, like a waist trainer, and then the handlebars on the side. Then he used to grab the handlebars and then take the niggas, bro. Like, we'll be right back. More Suge Knight.
But how do you know all that? Were you watching this, or how did this even come to be? Sorry about that. Very graphic. Oh my God. So you got to be careful with Twitter or X. There was another thing too. Oh, this is the story. No, there's two other things, and then we'll call it, I guess. One, Trump. I find this hard to like. They're saying Donald Trump is considering pardoning Diddy.
Apprentice. You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper.
Yeah, said some nasty stuff about him, did he?
All of a sudden, you know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
So I don't know. I don't think he'll do it. it would be really bad. Molten the Deep, thank you so much for sending some people here. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. Not the best time to come in, especially if you guys joined during the Ray J stuff. That was, hope you didn't. That'd be kind of odd if you guys joined just when I was playing that Ray J stuff. Whew. It's like, what the hell did you send me to? I don't think this would be a good look for Diddy. But I mean, not Diddy, I'm sorry, Trump. But I think he's just going to let it play out. Let the court case play out, obviously, and see what happens. But I don't think pardoning would be a good look. This guy, I don't know, Diddy. Now, another thing real quick, too. This was just weird. I haven't even had a chance. I haven't read this. All I seen was the headline, and I bookmarked it. Father kills son with autism, 10 years old. Family dog and self-inflicted wound in home where a missing daughter was also found dead. What? So he had a daughter that was missing. A troubled father fatally shot his autistic son and dog before turning the gun on himself in their Oklahoma home, where his wife had taken her own life 3 years earlier. Wow. So the wife unalives herself 3 years earlier. 3 years later, this guy, Rodney Shippey, takes out his son, or the dog and the son. I don't know which one's first, and then himself. Why the dog? I don't understand why people do that. The dog. Why do they? I don't know. Wow. Rodney Shippey, 58, who was found with a self-inflicted gunshot when allegedly killed his 10-year-old son Logan in an apparent unaliving at their ill-fated Broken Arrow residence. Police discovered the slain bodies of the dead pooch Wednesday afternoon while serving a search warrant after concerned out-of-state relatives reported Shippey's daughter Alyssa had been missing since November. Wow, so it's this dad with a son and daughter. I guess you could say mental health and, whatever. I don't know what was going on here, I guess. That's the only thing that could explain this. I guess. Maybe not the only thing. I don't know. Maybe he was stressed out taking care of the kid. The 20-year-old's lifeless body was later found inside the disheveled home. A medical examiner is working to confirm her cause of death. He probably did something. Now you have to kind of question. So the wife supposedly offed herself 3 years ago. Did she really off herself, or did this guy do something? They're gonna have to look into that too. We're heartbroken to share that two beloved members of our family, Alyssa and Logan, passed away tragically and unexpectedly. The children's grief-stricken family wrote on the GoFundMe. Their loss has left our family in deep grief and unprepared for the financial burden that comes with arranging funerals. That's the home right there. Police found the bodies inside of the homes. The grim discovery marks the latest in a series of tragic deaths that have haunted the family since August 2022, when the disturbed father's wife, Lisa Shippey, 41, offed herself at the same West Roanoke Street house. 5 months later, Lisa's mother, Diane, 56 years old, was stabbed to death by her husband, 66 years old Kenny Carpenter, who then shot himself during a 4-hour standoff. How did I just trip into this? So the wife, 3 years earlier, offs herself, 41 years old. Then 5 months after she offs herself, the wife's mother, Diane, stabbed to death by her husband, Kenny, who then offed himself in a 4-hour standoff. And then a couple of years later, the husband, father of these two kids, we don't know what happened to the daughter. She goes missing. And nobody was even looking for her. How does that happen? Nobody's really looking for her. Or I guess they put out a call, or they put out a wellness check. And then the father kills the little boy and the dog and then himself. Wow. Wow. He's nonverbal, the 10-year-old Logan. Neighbors and loved ones who said Logan was nonverbal described the family's doomed residence as not suitable for children, adding that the tormented father became increasingly isolated following his wife's death. No running water, trash, looked like a completely different house. Rodney seemed to be holding it together for months after Lisa passed. Then he started estranging himself to everyone. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's really hard. An autistic child, no excuse to kill, you know what I'm saying? But while the motive behind the heinous slaying remains unknown, public records suggest that Shippey was on the verge of losing his house, which he purchased with his wife in 2021. So finances, that'll definitely bring somebody to the brink of just stress. Then you have an autistic child, your wife offed herself. Well, what happened to the girl? Why the girl? Too. In January, the U.S. Bank National Association filed a foreclosure on the notice on the residence in Tulsa County District Court, citing $135,000 in unpaid principal, which is that not bad at all. That was left. Rodney was given until June to respond to the court notice. So he had a mounting set of pressure, boiling point. As the investigation continues, Williams said the children's lives were savagely cut short. Wow. Logan was so smart, eager to learn. Everyone who met him loved him. Alyssa was a bright light in this world. She had a beautiful life ahead of her, and I feel like their lives are stolen from them. Wow, what an insane story that nobody's even really talking about. Holy crap. And remember that Florida woman? There's that Florida woman that you guys are. I've brought this up a couple of times. There was that Florida woman that had an autistic kid, and she killed him. But she tried multiple times and failed because she brought that kid over to the lake, and she like pushed him in, and somebody didn't see her. It was on video, but somebody didn't see her push the kid in, and then somebody came and helped the kid out of the water, and then she's like, "Oh my God." Pretending like, oh, I don't know what happened. Oh my God, thank you so much. She takes the kid and goes to another pond, another community, I think, and then dumps the kid and pushes him in the water and then just lets him drown and die. That was a big story because it was on video. You could see her like pushing the kid. Wow. Wow. All right. I guess that's it for now. I will be posting stuff on the Clips channel. Maybe some of these stories. There was a news story I wanted to kind of... Oh, yeah, there was that, too. There's so many stories, but I'll see if I can clip some stuff up and post it there. Also, sign up to the mailing list, if you don't mind. The mailing list, ickedmail.com. For some reason, the website's not updating. I got to reach out to some people for that. Oh, Sushi Jezebel, thank you so much for the 5 memberships. Appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate the gift and the support. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, life is precious. Life, well, for some, not for everybody, actually, because life can go so fast, too. You gotta be thankful to God that you're still alive. With all the deaths that happen all the time, I mean, just say, sometimes shit, I got to tune out when I get off stream because the amount of people that are dying all the time every day, and a lot of these young people or the freak accident, it's a blessing to be alive, to make it to where you've made it, right? Just to be breathing. It's like, holy shit. Right? It's crazy, man. Wow. East River update. So the teenager that went into the water yesterday in New York, East River, they have not found a body. I checked on that story like before this stream. There was a boy that was found, though. There was a boy that was found. I don't know. Did I send I think I sent it to myself. The girl's still missing. It's assumed that she's deceased, I guess. They have not found her body. She went, they believe the current took her body down the river. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, that's something else. East River. Let's take a look real quick. Nope. But 6 hours ago, it says that crews continue to search. They started searching again. So I've heard different accounts because they said that like people believed she was dipping her feet into the water when she fell in. The other thing too is that there were witness reports saying that the girl was wearing a flower pattern bathing suit, was sitting along the rocks, then she disappeared. Why wearing a bathing suit? Does that mean she had the intent to swim? I can show you. This is a really short clip, 20 something seconds. The other thing I had heard too, I heard some people say that like she was sitting. Oh, I meant to do that. She was sitting along the rocks and that she had dropped her phone or something. She went to get the phone and that she slipped because they said those rocks are wet. Rocks are wet and she could have just slipped in there.
15-year-old girl who disappeared in the East River. Cops say that she vanished in the water near the Roosevelt Island Bridge. Happened shortly after noon. And for much of the day, the NYPD had divers in the area. Eyewitnesses say the girl had been sitting on the rocks along the bank of the river in a bathing suit. It's still not clear how she wound up in the water. Tonight, searchers...
Yes. So there's multiple different reports of how she might have ended up in the water. Bizarre. Weird, you know. Sad. And yeah, it doesn't sound good at all for her, you know. It snowed in Nova Scotia yesterday. Those Sullivan kids are still now. Yeah, I should have kind of done an update on the Sullivan kids. Maybe one of these days, I don't know. Or I don't know if there's really any updates. That's a big story out there with those two missing kids. Damn, it's already 5 o'clock, yo. It's about to be 5 o'clock. What happened to today? Wow. I feel like I blinked. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I'm going to head out, guys, for now, but I'll be around. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the support. Be safe. All right. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Thank you so much for the memberships. Thank you for the guys watching. Thank you for in the chat, the community leaderboard. I hope YouTube fine-tunes it, but thank you for everybody for contributing to that. They're searching today again by the pipeline. Yeah. Time does disappear, right? Time is just, wow. You just woke up? All right, guys. Take care. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.